Hey guys, welcome to the 7th episode of Code for this full stack tutorial. This has been a beautiful journey. We've tackled this schema, this front to back build, and we have a working payload that we can read and create. This is the rough. I had an AI called App User, a UIzer build. So if you guys want to build this out, go ahead and steal this link, App UIzer, and maybe I could share it with you guys or something like that. Yeah, or I'll figure out something, or use this application. It's not a sponsor, but they're fantastic for at least giving you a baseline UI UX. So if you really wanted to build it out, you could absolutely run with this. Maybe we'll do some of this. Maybe we'll have like just this for the reports, or I don't want to take too long, but I do want to show at least enough. So maybe we'll have like an intro page, and then we'll have it go to the start the report page or something like that. But okay, let's fire open our application. We still have a little bit of work to do, which I want to be able to click on these reports and then go to a report page. And then after someone creates a report, I want them to also be redirected to the reports page, and for the form data to go back to normal. So handle submit, what I want to do is import the router. So if I say import use router in the page.tsx for the input page, and I can declare the router either right above handle submit, because that's just where I'm going to be using it. So I can say const router equals use router. And after a Axios post for the report happens, I could say router.push and go back to the default page. So let's build a new report. So I'll say report number 3. Say report date 1/22/24, trainer, PAGs, clients, bill, number of workouts 5. And let's go ahead and report this. See if it works. I'm not seeing it work. And we should also use the React Toast notifications. I think that would be really awesome. So just so we could at least see some sort of success, like good job, you built a report. So I'm gonna install React Hot Toast. What I do is npm React Hot Toast. Should see all that stuff move real quick. npm I React Hot Toast. And this is how I can use it is I'm going to pull in, where is the toast real quick. Boom. So I can come right here and say success, file updated successfully, except we'll say report created successfully. And then we could also have an error. So we'll need to do a try catch if we want to use an error or some sort of if else. So how I can do that is wrap right here with my await block. Just type in try and build a try catch block. I'll say console error right there. I'll just pop in the toast right there for that. But this is what I want to do right here. I want to copy all that and just pop it in the try catch. So this is what my try catch block should look like. And now we could see if we could have a failed report creation, failed to create a report, or if it's gone successfully. So let's try it out one more time, see if our doesn't look like we're up and running or something. But I want to see this working. And let's see. Come on, baby, come on. So report name, try reports. I forget report we're on, I think 5. Report date 1/22/24. Trainer Ryan. Client name, it's PAGs. Number of workouts 6. Let's see. Oh, you know what? And we're of course we need to add the provider. I forgot. So we need this toaster is what it's called in the layout. This is what's going to provide our toast notifications to have a location to go. So we need to import the toaster from React Hot Toast, and that should allow for our toaster to work. So it can spit out toast for us. So let's try one more time. It's awesome that we could see all those reports now. So let's try report number 6, report date 1/22/24, trainer Ryan, client name Bill, number of workouts 7. Let's see if it works. Report successfully created. Sweet. Or created successfully. And we get redirected to the report page, and we can see all of our reports. So now I just want to click on the reports, and I want to be able to see the reports. So we don't really need to change too much. We just need to build some report stuff. Let me close out of this. And we need one more endpoint as well. So my pages directory in my API, I want to say build a single report folder. And then this folder is going to have a brackets deal. And this brackets deal is going to query the report ID.ts. And how it's going to work, I'm going to copy all this fitness reports.ts stuff just to template off of. And what I want to do is just get report. We can actually repurpose a lot of this stuff, but let's just delete this post report function for now to clean up everything, keep it easy for us. And all I want to do is just get one report. So I'm going to change this function to get report. And let me kind of explain in a Lucid chart what we're doing. So that post or that GET request that we originally made when we said .get, we're going to get a ton of reports when we do our this .get. And when we fetch for this endpoint, so what was the original endpoint? API fitness reports. We would get all these fitness reports. But now we're going to fetch for reports, and then we also need to send an ID, a report ID with this endpoint. And that is how we are going to know, or how we're going to tell the database. So let me zoom in on that. That's roughly going to be our endpoint now. So our database knows, okay, we need to fetch this specific report ID. And what is that report ID? It's going to be the ID that we have. It looks like none of these show the report ID. I forgot we took that out of the front end, but it's going to be that UUID number, that FR-UUID. So maybe I could show that on the front end real quick. So base table, let's go to fitness report ID. Let me just swap it for the reporting date real quick. This is going to be the number, the unique number. But in other words, you guys can think of it as just like 1, or 2, 3, so on and so forth. It should just index upwards. If we pulled the index in, it would do that. But we're using just a unique ID just so we know it's a unique report. But don't overcomplicate it. Don't get intimidated by a UUID. Not a big deal. Just a number. Just think of it as number 1, number 2, number 3, just a unique number 1, a unique number 2, a unique number 3. So don't be intimidated by it. Okay, so boom, we have our fitness reports, and let's just try to do that initially. So what I want to do is comment this stuff out, and let's just say const report ID, and it's going to be from our request query. So let me console log the report ID. Let's just make sure when we query this GET report endpoint that we're connected. Again, huge part of the full stack features is we could build the front end stuff, we could build the back end stuff, but let's get that API working. That's super important. Let's make sure that connection is working. So right now, if we click on this, it does nothing. So let's go to our base table. And what we want to do is let's think about it. So if I click on each report, so on click here, I want to say handle GET report. And this doesn't exist yet, this function. And I'll make it an arrow function. And what I want to pass in is the fitness report and the fitness report ID. So, and this is going to be a function up here. So let's build that function. Let's see if, boom, right there, it helps us out. Handle, but I don't want to call it ID. I want to call it support ID. I don't like to call things the short name. I like to call it the exact name that we're working with. So if I ever need to change the variable name for whatever reason in the entire project, I can do it really, really, really easy. So, or at least I should be able to find it. Let's see if I spelled something wrong or what. It should be the exact name as this. So let's try that one more time. It says it is. That's so weird that I can't find it in the project. Let's say report, fitness, report ID. Perfect. Okay, so that's just why I prefix my variables with the thing I'm working on. If I just did ID, you could see how messy it would be to change it. So I don't do the short form. Perfect. So this is our deal right here, our response. Let's get rid of this .then stuff. Let's do something a little bit more pristine. So we'll say const response equals this, and we want to await it. Oops, didn't go to the top of the file, but we need to async await our function. And then let's console log this response. And then let's also go to the backend to make sure we're triggering off this response. And I already know we aren't because we're going to the wrong location. So we called it report. So we need to go to API/report and then we're passing in the report ID. And that's what these brackets mean is we want to pass in that report ID. So I'm actually going to call it same thing, fitness report ID, again, just to make sure we're fully congruent on everything. And if we go to our backend now, our fitness report ID.ts, we want to anticipate the fitness report ID. And let's see. So if I click on this, we should see the fitness report ID pop up. Boom. And there it is. There's that ID for that fitness report. So if I click another one, we should have a different fitness report ID. And we do. So we're on the right track. We are on the right track. And what I can do now is say const report equals await Prisma fitness report find unique. And it'll say, where do we want to find the unique one? Where data equals ID. Oh, we actually need to do a fitness report. Boom. like that. Think. Actually, we may not even need data. Let's see if I could just do that. Let me wrap this in a string just to double, triple check that we are a string. And then what we can do is send that. Let me get rid of the wrong brackets there. And then what I could do is res.json, send that report to the front end. And that should be our response now to the front end. So let's see if the front end is receiving that as a response. If we click on this, we should see something come through this response. And it should be all that report information. And there it is. So if I click on this, if I open up our client, we can now see all of the material in this object. Looks like our data with our fitness report for the one with Bill, the Ryan one, the report ID, the report number, the number of workouts, who's the trainer. We could basically just see all the data that we could roughly see here as well. And what I want to do is basically use this data to put it in some sort of modal or some sort of page if we wanted to. So we could either build a new page and then this function would need to exist in that new page, or we could build a modal. So because we have ShadCN on hand, I want to build a modal for you guys, or a dialogue, I think is what ShadCN is calling it, or technically what it is supposed to be called, but I call them a pop-up or a modal. So let's go to our components and let's pull in it right here. So you can see that's just what we want to do, is pull in the dialogue. So I will click this npx ShadCN UI latest, add this dialogue. Let's pop it into our terminal. And now we have that as a dialogue, and we are going to build it out as a component separate from our table, because the files kind of get a little bit bigger. So let's build out our component. I'll close everything. I know there's an error, guys. Totally ignore it. Not a big deal. Say base tsx or base modal.tsx RFCE. Let's do that. And let's import our dialogue stuff. And then let's import our dialogue trigger. And it'll just replace all of our code here. So hopefully that makes sense. And we are going to do some fun stuff. I will show you guys how to use this in an effective way. So let's go back to our report. And let's import that base dialogue. So we could come to the top of the file, or that base modal, excuse me, the one that we've built, because we're going to do some fun stuff with it. And what I want to do is actually wrap this entire table row with our base modal. We could either do the entire table row or even just one of the cells. So I can even add an action button if I wanted. For instance, I could say, like, add an icon right here at the tail end. We could add another deal. So click to open or something. You could add an icon. Wouldn't be a problem at all. Click to open. And then we just need another deal at the end of the table header. So I'll say action at the top right here. So we have number of workouts. We have that action. Click to open. That works great, guys. That works great. I'll just say open even. So fitness report, looks like we're having an error here. So I'll say as string. Maybe that'll get rid of the error. Let's see what the error is. Oh, fitness report ID is not, it's a number. So weird. So let me try to make it a string. Let's see if that'll work. Oh, you know what? It's a number up here. So that's a typo on my end, guys. Change that to string. It needs to be a string. That should take the error away. Perfect. Okay. So we're almost there. We're almost done. We just need to wrap this open with our base modal, and that should kind of provide us a few start things to do. So our base modal needs to receive children, and then it also needs to receive the report itself. So I'll say fitness report as a mute here. Fitness report equals fitness report. I wonder, or can I do this? I've seen people do this. I'm not sure how that works though, but we'll mess around with that in a moment. But in the base modal, let's go back to that. You can see how we have some underlines. It's because it doesn't have children and it doesn't have a fitness report prop. So let's add both of those. Let's say fitness report, and then let's also add the children. And then we just need to define those. So the fitness report is going to be our type fitness report, which we need to import from the backend, or excuse me, from Prisma client. So let's import fitness report from Prisma client. You can see we're type safe now. And then the children, we have that open button, but we can actually just make it the children right there. So now when we click this open button, we should have this modal pop up. Boom, there it is. But let's color it up because we have the wrong text in here. So what we can do is dialog title. We could say fitness report name, and it should pop up here. We can obviously color some of this stuff. So let's do class name, it's to black, and we'll say font bold and text for XL. Let's see if that'll pop up. Boom, report number 6, report number 5. Look at that, guys. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And then obviously for our fitness report description, we can start building out our template as well. So we could say fitness report, number of workouts, the trainer, the date, all that stuff. So we could say number of workouts. Let me wrap this also in a parent div so we can do some flex box stuff. So I'll say flex and flex call. Let's see what we got so far. So boom, number of workouts. Perfect, guys. This is looking great so far. So number of workouts, we could say the client. Perfect. Boom, client. And we could say trainer. And we just need to make sure we're updating that data to fitness report trainer. I hope it's kind of coming together, guys. You could see fitness report trainer, all that stuff. But what else do we have? We have the date. Maybe we want to add that with the header potentially, right? Date. So we have that. Number of workouts. What else was our other deal? The ID. So we don't really need to show the ID to the client, but I guess if you wanted to, you could if you want to be fancy dancy or something. Or if you're using like an internal, if you're building internal tools, you might want to show the like if you have an order management system, you might want to have the order ID or something. So don't be afraid to use the ID on the client side, but for a fitness report, this is kind of I don't know, maybe just a fun application. You could see that boom, we can see report number 6. If I click on this, we have report number 2. If I click on this, we have report number 3, and I can go ahead and create new reports. So this is kind of our full stack product coming together, all working uniform. So I could say fitness report. This was the push-up report, right? Report date 1/23, just because I want to see a different date, different data a little bit. And trainers, let's get some real trainers in this thing. Yeah. So we have 1 million workouts for Chuck Norris. Seems to be appropriate. And, it's our push-up report. So I can open it, see what he's done, a little more granular stuff maybe. And if you guys want to tuck more data in here or leave data out of here, you can remove the client. Maybe it's a Chuck Norris, remove the report or the date or something. And you can kind of just see how this thing is piecing together. Oh, actually, before wrapping up, I do want to show you how to also delete stuff. And if you want to update stuff as well, you would do it all with this report, this into point, the fitness report ID in brackets. So let's do the delete one, and then maybe the homework will be to make you guys do a update bit. So let's delete report. Let me just delete this log. But yeah, I would recommend building out kind of your own little application about it, and just run through this front to back end where you can. Oh, look at that. Chat or Copilot is so nice. It's done all the work for us. So you could see we pull in the report ID from the query, so we know exactly which report we're deleting, and then we're just going to go ahead and delete it with Prisma, and it knows which report to delete from the report ID we pass, and then we just send that response to the front end. So, but as mentioned, let's actually build this as a button real quick in our modal. So I want it to be down here as a delete report question mark. Let's see how can I do this. Okay, I'll put it here maybe. Say button. Delete report, and we want it in bright red, BG red 500, text white, P4, rounded MD. Let me wrap it in a div, class name with full, flex, justify, end. So it goes to the far right side. And we could even wrap this with an are you sure base modal, like a recursive modal within a modal, right? That's something you might want to do as well, just as like, hey, are you sure you want to really delete this? I'll show you guys how to do that right now as well. So, but yeah, I think this will give you guys a bird's eye view on how to build some of these full stack kind of features, if you will, where you have a front to back end understanding of however you want to do it too. You might want to swap out different technologies. I know we actually said we'd use TanStack query for the table for pulling in stuff here, which we could still integrate, and I might as well do it if you guys want to see that, just a little tail end thing. But you could swap out technologies. The biggest thing I just wanted to show is you want to, because I'm going to come to this base modal real quick and we're going to build a function in it. But you want to understand basically on the front end, you need to have something that can build a input field for data and validate it and kind of construct the payload. And then you want to send that to your backend. And then your backend needs to have your handlers. And then also it needs to understand it's the same payload from the front end. There needs to be a uniform connection between the two. But let's go ahead and do this function handle delete report. It's going to be Axios delete, API report, fitness report ID. Perfect. And that's actually all we need to really do. I don't want to do the are you sure modal, but if you want to, you just build this into the are you sure modal Okay, fine, guys. I will do it. You've convinced me. Do it. I'll do it. Fine. And basically what we need to do is pull in this modal to the are you sure modal. And what I want to do is actually just get rid of this title. Just want to say, and then this will say delete reports, deleting report. And then we'll pass in the report name as well. Fitness report name. Boom. Perfect. That's awesome. And then we'll say, I am sure here. And we just need to, on our button, make sure we pass in this it'll delete reports or the fitness report ID that we want to delete. And we need to make sure to pass this into our component as well. So bit funky, but let's get it done. So let's do our fitness report here. We can delete this handle delete out of the base modal. Let's pull in the base into the base modal. Base, is that not? Oh, I need to export it base. So let's import that or try to import it one more time. So base, are you sure? Perfect. And this is actually going to wrap our button down here. So I know it's recursive. It feels it's like a modal within a modal, but it's a really strong way to do it. Oh, and then we need to pass in the fitness report into our modal. I think that'll get it done. I think that's all we need to do. And then of course we could obviously add our toast notification as well. And this needs to accept the fitness report ID as a string, and boom, this needs to be a string as well. So we can import React Toast if we want and delete it from there, but let's just go ahead and delete report. It says, I'm sure. Let's see if it worked. I don't know if it worked. I don't think it did, folks. I don't think it did. Oh, it did. Okay, cool. So it looks like we just need to fetch the reports again after that. But you could see you can keep building on features one after another if you want. You know, it just says, you want to delete that? I am sure. Not a problem. So yeah, guys, but that's going to be the full stack build. Little homework, polish it up, build your own UI UX. I showed you App Usered to do that. Definitely consider your own components. Consider, definitely look at the code base if you're confused on any parts. But that's going to be pretty much our full stack features and how they can come together. And then updating is similar to posting. Updating is a very similar thing to posting. You just got to send it to that report ID. So that'll be the homework is build an update field on the report. So maybe you guys could do one at a time. This is what I would suggest. Maybe I could show you how to do maybe one of them. I'm kind of wrapping up on 30 minutes though, but I would do one field where you could just click on this field, little pencil icon or something, and then you could put in a new name, and then maybe there's an update report button right here. I think that would be a really good challenge for you guys. Run with it. And yeah, like I said at the beginning of this series, I would iron out, go through this many times, run through from front to back many times, because when you get it, when you understand, oh, this is how these features are built, and this is how the model kind of matches the front end model, and you can start developing your own thing. Now after you really deeply understand that, you're like, okay, well, I want to add a new fitness report. So maybe I'll have fitness goals or something. And you now know the mental model of like, oh, okay, I could do fitness goal, trainer, boom, date, all this stuff. And you would now know how to create the endpoints of doing this because you ran through the process so many times. So I would highly, highly, highly recommend doing that. But I appreciate your guys' time more than ever. Thank you so much for watching and taking time to make it this far. I truly do appreciate you. And I look forward to the next one. I hope this was very fruitful for you. Thank you.